Hello, everyone. First of all, I just want to say that we are all so excited that you are on this call with us. It has been an adventure these past few months, but it has been an amazing one with all of these ladies and so many more on our team just really growing closer and just really finding out that this is something that's so much bigger than us and that it's reaching so many more people than we ever thought. People who are really in need right now and who are looking for something and wanting to pursue something outside of their current career or maybe their current comfort zone. So thank you for being here. I am so excited for you to hear every single one of these stories from these amazing women. And I am going to share with you my screen. Okay, back it up. All right, so first of all, like I said, welcome. We just want you guys to just relax, sit back, and just really kind of just open your minds and open your hearts to this opportunity and just give yourself a chance to shut off the what ifs and the, I don't think I can do this. I don't even know why I'm on this call. It's not even going to be a possibility. I don't have time, X, Y, Z. I just want to challenge you to shut those off for the next 30-ish minutes and allow yourself to just think, what if, and to just imagine and get uncomfortable for a second and just think that, what if this really is possible? What if I gave this a chance? Where could I be? Where, would my future be financially, freedom, for my family, for me? So I had a really hard time doing that. And so I just want you guys to just relax and give yourselves the chance to think like that. So I'm going to kick this off with my story and a little bit about where I started and how I came to this journey. And it really starts, unfortunately, in a really dark place. And I think all of us have our own little dark places in our past and just a place that wasn't so positive and bright that we really grew from. And my childhood was a very dark place, and it does start there. A lot of abuse from someone who should have been protecting me my whole life. And going into adulthood, I didn't have confidence. I thought very little of myself. I didn't really think that I had a future in doing anything very big. I kind of just wanted to fly under the radar and get by and just continue being a nice person and try to go to college. Neither of my parents graduated from college, and I was home going to school, and I didn't really know what to do. I had been so focused on being in survival mode and just pretend to be happy and live in this happy place and just believe you're okay. I never gave myself a chance to think what do I want to do with myself? I was so caught up in that for so many years. And the first thing came to mind, I was like, well, kids. I grew up with 5 other younger siblings. Like, I like kids. I can do that. And so I got a degree in early childhood. It was very easy just because it felt comfortable. That's why it was easy. I was still in my comfort zone and it felt good. So I did it. And then I went away to school, met my husband. I had been in a couple other relationships, substance, toxic relationships, just kind of distracting myself from the life and the person that I didn't like, but finally transitioned and met him and got married. And I hadn't done any kind of health and fitness. I was super into like choir and band and drama. Like, that was my life because, again, that's what I had just been really good at. That was comfortable. And so I just dove into that. And so going into marriage, I didn't know what I was doing. I gained like probably close to 20 pounds our first year of marriage, just not eating well, not working out. And so at one point, just looking in the mirror and just saying, I don't like myself. I don't like my life. I don't know how to feel confident and feel good about myself anymore. My husband was like, let's start going to the gym. Like, let's start trying things. So I tried a few free things online, and it actually opened this door to health and fitness that I had no idea that I even enjoyed or could be good at. And so finally one day my mentor reached out to me. I was on Instagram just using it to stay accountable. And she was like, girl, you literally show up exactly like I do. You're sharing before and afters. You're being vulnerable, being honest. You're just not getting paid to do what I do. And it really freaked me out. I was like, no, Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still trying to figure out who I am as a person and still kind of in that survival mode. And after being in a job I didn't like and working for people who I did not like and who were not very nice, I was just crying on my lunch break one day, and I will never forget that day. I literally parked off in the same spot, and I just remember crying. Like, life just sucked. Like, I was lonely. I was sick of not having friends. I was sick of being made fun of for being healthier and trying to be the best me. And I finally said, like, enough's enough. And I didn't swipe my card. I swiped my card, and I came home and told my husband, I was like, I'm going to be a coach. And he was like, awesome. Okay. Like, first of all, how much did you spend? And now what? And I was like, don't worry about it. And I don't know, but I'm going to learn. It's been actually in 2 days, it will be 4 years. And I love what I do. And you guys can see in this picture, like, this community has given me life and friends. People look at me and they're like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know why you didn't have friends, or like, you're a super bubbly person and you're happy. And like, yeah, that's true. And that's all well and good. But I don't know. I never found the right people to connect with who just got me and had similar interests and just values. And every single woman on this call and just on my team, we just vibe and connect in so many amazing ways. And it never would have happened. Like, I can't, and I would never want to go back and even see like where I would be if this hadn't have happened. And just the person that I would be today, I would not be the confident Sarah that I am now, that just loves what she does and does things with confidence. And I really owe so much of that to this community and to this experience. And so we're just so glad you're here, because if you can even just get a tiny bit of that from giving this a chance, then we've done our job and we've paid it forward. And we do this, we share this because it's selfish of us not to. This experience and this community, like I said, it's so much bigger than words. And every time I talk about it, I try to put it into words and it just doesn't do it justice. Like, these women are my family. They are some of my best friends, and I get to meet some of them in person finally. And again, I'm going to pass it off to Liesl next. And I just want you guys to remember to just stay open. Give yourselves that chance to think, what if, maybe I might be able to do this. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to her for you to hear her story.
Thanks, Sarah. All right, so I am Liesl Siebert. I am currently living in Ankeny, Iowa, which is just north of Des Moines, which is probably the only city most people outside of Iowa have heard of. And I am originally from Florida. My story with Beachbody started about 2 years ago, but my fitness journey really started way before that. I have always been relatively fit from grade school on. One problem that I ran into was that I got into rowing. And if you're familiar with rowing, you might be familiar with a coxswain. Coxswains don't actually work out. They just sit in a boat and steer and yell. And I loved it. And that's the role that I had. So I very quickly learned that I was going to have to find some other way to actually work out, especially going into college, where I could no longer just rely on just being like a small girl. I started gaining weight and was like, what is this? Now I have to actually do something about this. It's hard growing up, guys. But doing that, I became kind of one of those serial bouncers as far as fitness programs. So kind of over the course of a little bit college, but then definitely when I got into law school and kind of my early to mid 20s, I just bounced around. I could not find a program that I wanted to stick with. I did not have kind of that community vibe that really worked for me. So I did, if you're familiar with BBG, which is now Sweat, did that. Orange Theory, which I actually loved, but found that it was really expensive and I wasn't able to kind of fit that amount of time into my days consistently. And I would come up with excuses to skip all the time. I just stuck to running for a while and ended up really injured because when you don't cross train, you end up hurting yourself if you are a runner. So just all of these things, I just really was struggling. I had created actually an Instagram fitness account, and kind of similar to what Sarah was saying, I was sharing my journey. I was sharing my food. I did Whole30 and shared everything I ate on that. And that was all pre-coaching. So I'm not entirely sure how often Sarah reached out to me, but I am quite certain it was multiple times, because I did not think that I was the type of person who could coach. But the more that I followed her story and some other coaches, I realized that it was more about just that energy and that consistency and that connection with people that really kind of made such a difference. And was already a believer in the fact that you can make friends through social media, because I had made friends through social media, and that was before I was even coaching. So I kind of started to whittle away on those limiting beliefs and really honed in on kind of the reasons why being fit was important to me. And that was primarily because I knew I came from family that did not make the healthiest of choices. A lot of my family, extended family, is obese. And they've always, my whole life, made these excuses on why it's not safe to work out, which now I know is like completely bogus. Like, they would tell me that I was being unsafe when I would go for a 6-mile run, or that if I was lifting weights, that was unsafe. Which is crazy, because then I watch them eat fried food every day and I'm like, that's actually probably unsafe. So I kind of am trying to reteach myself and be able to kind of lead by example for my family. And the timing when I joined 2 years ago, I don't think I even realized at that point that then it would become so important for me. Now I am pregnant, that I kind of have these tools, I have this community, I have this accountability to kind of get me through pregnancy. And then I'm already in the mindset of kind of living this really healthy lifestyle, and can share that with others, and can share it and lead by example with my child. So it's just really kind of coming full circle and meaning a lot. And it has been so amazing for me to have my sister and 2 of my sister-in-laws and my mother join my team, to kind of be able to lead them to this different lifestyle, to have them drinking Shakeology, to just like really seeing the impact that I was able to make when I never thought that I could be, an inspiration to anyone. And all I'm doing is sharing my story consistently, showing up for myself and for them consistently. And it's really kind of made all of the difference. And I just wanted to throw out that I also have a career outside of Beachbody that I love. I work with rural communities for the state of Iowa, travel around, really love it. But I have really found that this team, this Beachbody experience, me as a coach, has been such a passion side hustle for me that I just can't imagine my life without it. I'm so grateful. I think it complements my life well. I'm able to get it done in the evenings, on weekends, and I look forward to it. It doesn't feel like work. So I'm really grateful for Sarah for bringing me on board, for this team, for just honestly being the best group of humans that I am honored to be part of. And I tend to talk really fast, but I'm just so excited that you're here and interested and willing to answer any questions. And I think with that, I am handing it over to Cassie.
Hi, all. So like Lisa said, my name is Cassie. I have been coaching, signed up as a coach for about, it'll be 3 years in September, which is crazy. And to think that it's been that long, but just because it feels like I don't know any of these women outside of social media and talking to each other in our group chats and stuff. I've never met any of them in person, but I feel like I've known them so much longer. Sarah especially, because she followed me for a good while before I signed up as a coach, and I feel like we kind of like became, well, she became a mom before I did, but kind of just like grew into like more confident women together. And it feels like it's been so much longer than it really has. But I just want to start off by sharing a little bit about my story and how I got started in just health and fitness, because I there are so many reasons and ways that people come into this business opportunity or through Beachbody, but I didn't need a solution to my fitness. I didn't need workouts or anything specifically like that, but I needed something that I didn't even know I needed. And I don't even think Sarah realized what I needed when she was reaching out to me either. It was such an internal thing. So I have always been scrawny, like skinny fat, what I like to call it, because I've always been small. I'm not even 5 feet tall, but I've always struggled with being insecure, with not really being confident in myself, struggling to make friends because I was so shy. So I graduated college in 2012. I tried sports, I tried running. I was really terrible at all of it. I quit band my freshman year. Like, I just had no idea what I wanted to do, what I enjoyed, what I was good at. And I really struggled with that for a good part of being in high school and pretty much all of college. And like Sarah said, just putting myself into bad situations, like negative habits. Like I said, I didn't really have a conscious thought even that I was eating bad because I didn't know any different. And I didn't struggle with my weight until well into college. But in 2013, I had to grow up and get a big girl job. And I got my own apartment without student loans. And I was like, you know what? I need to do something for myself. Like, I'm living by myself. I don't really have any friends. I started this job and like now I have to be a grown up. And so I started going to the gym every day after work. I didn't have anything else to do with my life. And I met my husband there actually, but that just kind of kick-started my journey of finding something that made me feel a little bit better about myself, something I could control. I still had no idea what I was doing. I was finding workouts online. I didn't know any better about eating healthy. I still remember though that I was following a program on bodybuilding.com from Jamie Easton. I'm not even sure what her name is anymore, but I would go on to the website, look at the workout, either print it or write it down and take the paper with me to the gym because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was probably doing the workouts wrong, but to me, I was doing something. I was putting forth an effort to do something for myself. And then my husband started helping me, and he started working at another gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. So of course I wanted to go see my boyfriend, right? So I would get up super early, go work out at 5 o'clock in the morning before work. And slowly I started figuring out what I needed to eat and things like that. And in between all of that, I tried a bikini fitness competition. And I should have been in my best shape. I should have known what I was doing, right? Like, I should have been so confident, but it was still so hard for me to do that and to put myself out there and be confident and know what I was doing because I was doing it by myself. Like, my sister helped me, but we are not the same person. And my nutrition needs were so different from hers that I had no idea. So I kind of started diving into my nutrition and I got probably in my best shape ever. But I was doing it by myself. I was really not confident. I struggled with my relationship with my boyfriend because I was so insecure, and he could have said all the wonderful things about me, but I didn't believe it about myself. I didn't believe that any of the physical things or fitness or working on my nutrition and probably being the skinniest with abs that I've ever been, but I wasn't confident. I didn't have the mindset that that it was enough. Through all of that, going to the gym and, checking in on Instagram for my own accountability with various online programs, Sarah, my mentor, followed me. she encouraged me, but she had no idea, probably, I mean, I don't think she did, that I was struggling with myself internally. Um, and I stopped, took a little break from the gym because I was struggling so much with my anxiety and just, I, I believe we had just gotten engaged. Like I should have been living my best life, like getting engaged, you know, being in shape. And like, I thought that I had this really hard life. I don't know why, because now I have a kid and my life is like insane. But I broke out in hives and nobody could tell me why. It was stress. I mean, like I had just gotten engaged and I was so stressed out. Like the stress and my insecurities were manifesting. My body had no other way of letting that out except in that way. Um, so I somewhere around that time, like in the middle of me struggling with that, I finally listened to Sarah and I said, you know what? I need to do something else. Like I can't keep going to the gym and trying things on my own with no friends and no support. Like, yeah, I look good, but I don't feel good and I'm not confident. And everything that she was sharing and posting about and talking about, like, I wanted to be her friend, honestly. Like, I didn't care what I had to do or how, you know, had no idea how it worked. I don't even know. I probably asked her like a million questions, but it really just came down to me needing a friend. Like I needed the support because I knew how to work out. I had somewhat learned how to eat healthy. I knew what kind of foods were good for my body, but I was doing it by myself and I was really struggling. Um, so all of that in the past 3 years has taken me through so many life changes through pregnancy, and now my son is 13 months old, but I have no idea how I would fit any of fitness or nutrition into my life now if I wouldn't have started then, if I wouldn't have set the foundation and found the community and a way for me to um, help, like put my heart out there to help others and just show them that no matter what kind of season in life that you're going through or what you're struggling with behind the scenes, there's something for you. And that was just a really good way for me to work on myself. I mean, I've spent a long time being a part of this community just for myself because that's what I needed. And I mean, just like I said, being a mom and being pregnant, I'm so glad that I set the foundation and found the community and the support because I have so much more confidence and such a different mindset now than I did when I was in my best shape ever. And I should have been my happiest because I worked on myself internally. I was doing the workout programs and all of that, but I wasn't working on myself. I wasn't reading personal development. I didn't even really know what that was or that I needed it. So that has just really been the biggest thing for me. And I think that is a huge testament to what we do as coaches. I mean, you have to work on yourself first. And what other job can you go to that they're going to tell you the first thing that you need to do is work on yourself first? No, they want you to clock into work and work on whatever they want from you. And then you leave at the end of the day feeling so drained and so empty because I have a full-time job and that's how I feel. You give and give and give of yourself, but what are they giving back to you? And not to say that like you have to quit your full-time job if you love it, like legal, but there is not another job that I know of that is your number one priority, is to work on yourself, to show other people that it's possible, and then help them. I mean, it does not have to be hard. You have to help yourself first and fall in love with the process. And then the rest is, I mean, it's easy because you love what you're doing and you love how you're doing it and who you're doing it with. So it was just everything that I didn't know that I needed. And now I have no idea how I would be a mom and work out and have friends if I didn't have this community. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Jennifer with that to share the rest of the information.
All right. Thank you, Cassie. All right. So as you guys heard, my name is Jennifer. I live in Niagara Falls, New York. I am the grandma of the group. I am 34 years old. Just call me grandma. It's fine. Anyways, I'll start back when I was way, way, way young. That's when my fitness journey started. So in high school, I was the fat friend, right? We all had them. I was her. Okay, so growing up in high school, I always wished I could wear, I had a girlfriend who had the tiniest legs, and I always went to Hollister with her when I was like, in your teens and picking out clothes, and they all picked out all these cute pants, and I couldn't fit one leg in those pants, okay? So I was always jealous of my girlfriends. So fast forward a little bit, college comes around. I'm, going to school for something that I don't love. My dad owned a business, and he was very big on like, you work hard, do work, make money. And so I followed in those footsteps. I went to school for business. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I figured that sounds right. So that's what I did. So in my third year of college, my father passed away. Suddenly I was like his right-hand girl. Like, you couldn't tear the two of us apart. So as you can imagine, I went down a spiral. I almost flunked out of my fourth year of college. I went into a spiral of drinking all the time, and I ended up gaining insane amounts of weight. I ended up tipping the scale at like 220 pounds, heavier than I've ever been. And I got pulled over by a cop one night, obviously drunk, and he had known my dad, and he told me, your father would be so disappointed in you. And he took me home. That night changed my life. So from there on out, I took my anger, I took my sadness, and I took it to the gym. And that's what changed my life. I had been doing actually Beachbody workouts there because the gym I attended did Beachbody workouts. So I actually ended up becoming an Insanity instructor. I fell in love with fitness and nutrition. Fell in love so hard that I never felt perfect enough. So I started a binge eating disorder. And there goes my spiral again. And then fast forward a few years, I'm still doing it. Best shape of my life. I'm a size 4, size 6. I'm tiny. I think I'm great, but I'm sick. I'm internally sick, and no one knew it. And then I found out I got married, and we decided to move to California. So we picked up our bags, moved to California, and without any pressure around me, without any people, I healed. I was by myself. I healed that eating disorder. I didn't feel the need to feel perfect anymore. And I, still was going to the gym, loved the gym. So I get pregnant, and we have our first baby. I'm obsessed with him. His name is Jackson. He's almost 2. And he is the best thing that's ever happened to me. He made me appreciate my body. And, I was in a job that I didn't love. I ended up going to work for a bunch of banks, like big name banks. I worked for Wells Fargo. And I loved the job because I loved being able to help people. That was my thing. Every job I've ever held has always been like a service job. It's been helping someone be better with their finances, with anything, just making them feel better. So the one thing I didn't like about that job was someone telling me what to do, right? So let's go back to my dad, who told me you're going to do big things and you're going to be a boss and you're going to do. So having people tell me what to do, I didn't love it. And telling me like what promotion I could have, I didn't love that either. So we were alone in California, me, my husband, and my son. And so my son was sick from the moment that he was born until the moment that I decided to leave my job, because he was sick so often that I ran out of days. We never had anyone to watch him. I was either going to get fired or I was going to quit. I had to make a decision. So this girl who's been raised to be a workaholic is now being told to be a stay-at-home mom, something she never wanted, never. But now I can't imagine anything else. Like, tell me to go back to work and I'm probably going to yell at you. Like, it's not going to happen. I love being home with him. I love watching every milestone. I love all of it. But in that moment, I was lost. I started slacking on my health. I started doing the binging thing because I was lonely. I was, depressed. I felt like I had no purpose anymore. And I was doing Beachbody workouts at this point. I had been Sarah's client, and she has invited me repeatedly for like 6 months to be a coach. And I always told her no, because I knew in the back of my mind what had happened to me prior in my previous history. So I was like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I just want to do the programs. Let me do your challenge groups. Let me just do my thing, But then I found myself in this space where I was Googling, what do moms stay-at-home moms do for money? Like, how do I find money? Like, what do I do? And then I saw her at this summit event, this annual conference. And I knew what Summit was because, again, I had previous knowledge of Beachbody. But this girl looked like she just loved her life. Like, she was living the life. And she was doing the workouts in the streets with the super trainers. She was at all the conferences, learning and growing and having Rachel Hollis speak at an event. And I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Like, this is what I should be doing. I love fitness. I love helping people. I know the products, love the products, use the products. Duh, this is what I should be doing. So I randomly sent out a message to Sarah and said, I'm ready. And she was like, I'm sorry, say what? Like, she was like, what? So I told her, yeah, I'm going to just start and I'm going to just do this thing. Let's see what happens. I immediately regretted it. Of course, I immediately was like, what the heck did I just do? Right. And then I plugged into her mentorship and I haven't looked back, you guys. Like, it's been the best decision of my life. Like, it's taken me places I never thought it would, not just physically, because we all know the programs work. We have amazing super trainers, amazing nutritionists with amazing programs, amazing supplements. And so we all know that works, but what people don't see is what coaching brings in your mental aspect. They teach you how to do personal development. They teach you how to grow as a human. Your main job is to focus on helping other people. So you help yourself and then help other people the way that you feel. So it's kind of this ripple effect. And on this image, I'm talking about income a little bit. And this image is basically just showing you the first month, you become a coach, you help 3 people. These are usually going to be like your family, your significant other. You're somebody like that, somebody close to you who wants to help and support you in your business, but that you also want to help in their physical and mental health and wellness, while you're also working on your own physical health and wellness, because people are going to respond to you showing your journey. And that's where you're going to grab people's attention. You don't need to be perfect. You don't have to have all the knowledge. You don't have to know anything. You just have to start. And people are going to feel that. And they're going to see, what the heck is she doing? Like, I want to do what she's doing. Who are all these people she's working out with? What are these programs? What are these things? What is she doing? Why is she so happy? So that's why people are going to start joining with you. So month 1 comes, you help those 3 people. Month 2 comes, you help 3 more people. And then those same people that you helped the first month are still getting their Shakeology. So see the ripple? So it ripples month after month after month after month. And this is just bare minimum, you guys, bare minimum. If you help more people, you get more income. If you help change more lives, you go girl. Like, you're going to take off in this business, because that's what it's all about. You're literally just helping other people. So I hope that that explained a little bit about like the income piece and like all that. For this, I'm going to pass it on to Amber.
Hello, everybody. I am so excited to be on this call. So my story, basically, Sarah and I go back. We've been friends for a really long time. But before I met Sarah, I grew up a dancer. I danced from the time I was 3 all through high school. It was competitive. I've been to New York with dance. I've been to Florida with dance. Like, I danced for hours every single day. So I never had to really worry about my fitness or eating. Like, I was a kid who was extremely active. Graduated high school, dancing completely stopped. I was going from like 6 hours a day to 0 hours a day. So of course I started gaining weight. Met my now husband, and you know, the whole new dating thing, dinners, and just you know, partying. We were young and just not really caring at all about what we ate or, you know, really anything. No cares in the world when you're in your real early 20s, you know. So anyways, fell in love, you know, continued to gain weight, had a baby. So, you know, the weight gain continued and continued. Finally, after 8 years, he decided to marry me. So I was like, all right, well, it's time to really get in shape. I'm ready to work on my fitness and I'm ready to do this. Well, I had met Sarah at that time, and she was kind of at the beginning of her health and fitness journey. So the beginning of her story. So we kind of buddied up a little bit, and I was looking to her as like already before Beachbody or anything. I'm like, all right, what are we doing now, Sarah? Like, what do you got going on now? So she would always come. We were following Tone It Up for a long time, and it was really fun. Like, she was like, we were buddies, you know, and yeah, we followed different meal plans and everything like that, but it was hard. Like, we would spend hours in the gym, and even like not pulling things from her, I would go on Pinterest and I would spend hours looking up workouts or looking up healthy recipes, or like literally hours upon hours of trying to figure it out, and then going to the gym for hours at a time, waiting for machines, you know, kicking my butt on an elliptical every day, like pushing to do 6 miles because that's what I felt like was going to get me the best results. So I was successful. I lost a lot of weight. I felt like I looked really good. I did feel good about my body for the first time in a really long time. But I was dealing with still kind of my own personal issues. I didn't really have confidence, even though I was able to portray and kind of like fake it that I had all this confidence in the world. I didn't. I would make sure I had makeup on everywhere that I went because I was terrified of what people would think of me. I would change my opinion about things in certain situations because I was scared of being judged for maybe disagreeing or thinking a different way than somebody else. And I just remember, you know, it was a super lonely place to be like that because I never really, first of all, I didn't even really know who I was. And then I had to be like all these different people. And I struggled with that. Well, then right before we got married, I had some really intense family issues. Short end of it, had a big fallout fight with my father. He and my sisters and my stepmom all decided to not attend our wedding. And at the time, I wasn't really dealing with that. I was kind of brushing it off because, like, I'm getting married, whatever. If they don't come, that's their loss. I don't really care. Get married. A month later, like, the awesome honeymoon bliss wears off, and I emotionally crash. I finally was dealing with all of these like crazy feelings, and I literally crashed. I ended up being diagnosed with what's called premenstrual dysmorphic disorder, which is actually like an extreme version of PMS. So for a week, every single month, I would get suicidal thoughts. I would get extremely depressed for days. And my husband, God bless him, he didn't know what to do. He was just like, all right, like, I don't really know how to help you, but like, I'm here kind of thing. And I would get mad at him because he didn't know what to do, but I didn't know what to tell him to do. So we worked through that. But, you know, after the wedding and not having a good lifestyle change, I gained everything I had lost plus a lot. a lot. So here I am already dealing with these emotional issues. Now I'm back to dealing with this lack of confidence. I've got all of this weight going on. You know, I'm dealing with, you know, family issues, and it's just keep stacking and stacking and stacking. And then I find out I'm pregnant with my daughter. And that's kind of when everything changed. I dived into personal development, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm having a daughter. It's time to buck up. So I did. And 6 weeks after I had her, I was like, girl, Sarah, I'm coming for you. Here we go. Let's do this, because I'm done. So I started Bar Blend, and I'm super excited about it because it's like, oh my gosh, dance, like that's my jam, and it's ballet. Like, oh my gosh, if this isn't a sign, I don't know what is. So I started Bar Blend, and it felt so good. Postpartum, when everything is turned upside down and you forget that you're a human being. And I had this program that took me back to my roots and gave me that ballet that I so missed. So fast forward it, you know, a week and a half, and I was like, all right, I'm coaching. What do I got to do? Because this is amazing. I love it. I love the community. Like, we're in this. I know I've been watching you for the last 4 years. You have killed it. Sorry it took me this long, but here I am. Let's do this. So now I can proudly say I just earned Success Starter. So I earned a free ticket to Summit in St. Louis, and I am flipping out about it. I've already booked a little apartment, and my husband and I pretty much decided that I'm going to take this trip by myself. It's going to be a huge deal for me to do it by myself, but it's something that I'm going to work towards, and I'm going to do it. I'm also, since I had my sweet little girl, I'm down 43 freaking pounds, 43 pounds that are gone for good. I have this amazing group of women that I can, like, when I get like this, I can get on my little messenger and be like, you guys, I love you so much, and you guys love me. Or I can get on and be like, today's a rough day. Or I can get on and be like, you guys are all doing amazing. Like, just get inspired and motivated by them. And those things alone take everything else about coaching out of the picture. The community and the accountability and something for myself. That's all. Like, I don't care. Like, obviously I care about the money, but if the money wasn't there, I think I would still do this, because I know that I can change people's lives the way that coaching in Beachbody and really just community changed mine. It's not even about Beachbody or the workouts or anything like that. Like, for me, it was just having people say, like, I get it. I'm there. Like, I've been there, or I've never been there before, but I got you, girl. Like, I'm here. So just going to, like, my point super quickly, like, if you don't want to be salesy, that's good. We don't want you to go on and be salesy and try to, like, make a pitch or anything like that. No, we want you to go make genuine connections and friendships with people and figure out what they need. Not try to sell them something. Beachbody may not even be for them. So it's good that you don't want to be salesy. If you're not at your fitness goal, girl, me either. I don't know if I'll ever be at a goal. I don't really have a goal anymore. It's just to continue. Pick a different program when I'm done with the last one. You know, try different foods. Like, there's not really an end fitness goal for me anymore. It's just about being healthy and staying committed to that, to being healthy all the time. So you don't have the time. You just heard 2 women talk about how they have full-time jobs. I had a full-time job, but you guys, COVID laid me off. I haven't been back to work since March because I've been laid off from my job. Thank God for coaching, because all of a sudden, here I am laid off. Coaching became plan A. Transform 20 minutes a day. All people need to do is see you doing our programs And eventually, if you're consistent in that, they will come to you if you are consistent with doing a program and staying dedicated. So there are options. You don't have to spend an hour every day doing workouts or even working. 20-minute program, 20 minutes to your business. With the who am I to motivate, I feel that 100%. Like, who am I to talk? Look at my body. Like, who's going to be motivated by me? But people are. You have a story to share. My story is different than every other girl's on here, and that's why people want to sign up with me, or that's why people want to sign up with Sarah or Cassie or any of them, because they relate to their story. Too expensive, again, most people can relate to that issue. It may be too expensive, but you don't have to pay for all of the products right then and there when you sign up. You don't have to, use everything that we have. Work your way up to that. As you start making money in the business, get another product. If you got your biggest paycheck that you've gotten since you signed up, buy that Shakeology. I do recommend Shakeology be the first product that you have, but if that doesn't work for you, it doesn't work. You don't have to use the add-ons and the products to have a successful business. Again, it's just showing up every single day. Now, the spouse support, that definitely can be tricky if you don't have somebody there cheering you on. But the thing is girl, you've got to do something for yourself. And eventually, when they see how much it's changing you, they'll come aboard. My husband, do you think that he was working out with me or even cared really that I was working out when I first started? He didn't care. But 2 months in, he was like kind of interested. He did Transform 20. He lost 35 pounds. Like, now he has this whole love for health and fitness, all because he watched me. Like, I'm blown away by that. The following, and is it a pyramid scheme? Obviously, it's not a pyramid scheme because pyramid schemes are illegal. We actually give a service. We actually sell a product. Pyramid schemes do not. They just want you to sign people up. Those people pay to be signed up, but they're not really sure what they're signing up for. We're giving you the silver platter of health and fitness, actual products, actual programs, actual freaking results. So no, it's not a pyramid scheme. And if you don't have a big following, you don't have a big following. Just work up to it. Start with your friends, start with your family, your mom, your aunt, your sister, your brother, your cousin. You could sit and make a list of 20 people, your mailman, your bank lady. Like, there are people who need what you have to offer. So if you have any of these doubts, these are all normal and all things that we all said to ourselves. But I can tell you one thing, nobody on this call that signed up regretted it. So just think about that. All right, so I'm going to pass it off to Victoria. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the presentation and have a good night.
Hi, hello, that's me. I'm Victoria. I'm really awkward, guys, sorry. So I'm 27. I am a stay-at-home mom of 2 kids under 2. They're crying in the background, sorry. Real life, guys. But so I started coaching maybe in April, not too long ago actually. But I've been talking to Sarah for almost 2 years now because both our kids are almost 2. I don't even know who started talking to who first or how it even happened, but I was living in Australia at the time when we first started talking. I had actually moved to Australia 3 years ago with the intention of, I moved there as an au pair, which is a live-in nanny. So my intention was start in Australia, go to Ireland, go to Spain, go to all these places because I'm young and fabulous and I might as well while I have no kids. I decided to get Tinder while I was in Australia and met my husband. So, and then we had our first kid, Archer, who's almost 2. And after, it was really financially hard to live in Australia on one income that that is. Tim had just started his business as a music teacher. And, you know, he's a musician, so that's not an easy job to have financial wise. And I was being denied my second year of working visa, even though I did everything that was required of me. I wasn't allowed to work. I still cleaned houses. Shh, don't tell anybody. But when you have a kid, you got to make it work. I needed the money. I needed to feed my son. I needed to put diapers on him. I needed to be a mom. So I was kind of, I love living in Australia, but I love to work. So I was like Jennifer, being a stay-at-home mom is great, but I need to be doing something. Like, I need to be doing something other than wiping someone's tush and kissing ouchies all day. And unfortunately, Beachbody is not in Australia, so I couldn't do it while I was there. So I was like, I want to go back home. I want to go back to America, mainly because we could save so much here and buy the land that we want in Australia, and we're going to have to be going back and forth. So for me, this is like, doing coaching is a lot to do with financial, like hoping to have that financial freedom one day. But I also, all these girls in the boxes over here, I love them. I get so excited in the morning. I'm like, what are we going to do today? What are we going to talk about? Like, who's doing what workout? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Let's take a shot of pre. But anyway, so once we finally got here, I was 6 months pregnant. I flew over first with my son Archer. So 24 hours of flying, 6 months pregnant with a 10-month-old. That was fun. Of course, nobody would hire me when I got here because I was so late into my pregnancy. And then once I had Ellie, my daughter, after like my 6 weeks, or what would have been my maternity leave if I had a job, COVID started. So nobody was definitely hiring. And so at this point, Tim finally came to America. He's here now. He's putting the kids to sleep, or attempting to. And I was like, still talking to Sarah. We still talked throughout all of this. Like, you know, she never pushed it on me. She knew my situation. And I was the one who was more like, I'm going to do what I promise. Like, don't leave me. Don't stop talking to me. I'm coming. I promise. So finally we got the money. My husband thankfully was on board. He was like, yeah, do it. You know, I had postpartum depression with Ellie. I didn't realize it because for me, I wear masks a lot. Like, even if I could think I'm in the best mood ever, but I'll have a smile on my face and I'm like, yeah, everything's fine, cool, great, no worries, brush it off. And then I'll like go in the car and cry for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. But this community means so much to me. And these girls have brought me my sanity back. And these workouts have brought me my peace and have made me feel like me. There's always something new every day, and I kind of thrive on that. Like, I need something new pretty much all the time. So thank God there's a new program coming out, because I'm really excited about it, especially after doing an 80-day one where it's just kind of monotone to me now. I'm going to be honest here. It's still great though. I've lost a lot of weight and I look bomb. I look great. But I forgot where I was going with this. So yeah, as soon as I got back here, I joined as fast as I could. I've gone all in. I'm not where I want to be yet, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. And I have all these girls on my back, on my side, around me, pushing me up. And I think Amber said it earlier, like, we are always encouraging one another, whether it's mom advice or, you know, having a bad day, or I need some advice, or just cracking jokes and, you know, like, oh, hey, who wants to get on the Zoom? Let's just hang out and talk for a bit. Motherhood is a very, very lonely thing. Well, it can be. So for me, I did join Beachbody because I wanted to work from home, but I wasn't expecting all of this love from people that I've never even met yet. I'm sure when we all meet, it's going to be like Cry Me a River type thing happening. After the tequila. So I'm here to talk to you about like what your best option might be. You know, like how do you want to start? Where would you even start? Because it can be scary starting something new, like especially starting your own business, being a CEO, leading other people to be their best self. It's terrifying. It's intimidating. I get intimidated still sometimes just thinking about it. Like, wow, I'm gonna be Sarah one day, a 1-star diamond coach. So for me, what your best option could be is you are the product. So I know that sounds a bit intimidating as well, but people are looking at you like for me, I have 2 kids under 2. I have women coming up to me or messaging me like, I don't know how you do it, and you have a part-time job on the side, like you look so good, you're losing weight still, like you still look so happy and you have all this energy. How do you do it? What's your secret? Mama juice. No, but really, there's no secret. That actually probably is the secret. But you're the product. Just be yourself. The best option is being yourself. That's the best option, is to just do you, be you, and the rest will follow. And I think, I know now is the best time to start, because why wait another day for something that can change your life in the most positive way, in a way that you never thought possible? Why wait another day to work on you, to put yourself first, to fill up your cup? Like, there's just no point. Just no point. I am a major procrastinator. I try not to be, but this is something you should not procrastinate about, working on yourself. So that way someone else who's watching you, who probably doesn't have the courage that you did, sees you and is like, if they can do it, I can do it. And in your next steps, slide into those DMs of whoever invited you over here, and they will get you on the ground running. They will run with you. And as you can see on this beautiful slide, there are 3 ways that you can get started, especially right now. We have a new program coming out, guys. #MBF, Muscle Burns Fat. It's so much fun. Megan Davies, she's a super trainer. She's amazing. I want her abs for Christmas. It's set to music. So like, it's set to a beat. You do each rep to a beat. And it comes with, I don't have them yet. I'm sure one of these ladies have it, but it's cordless jump ropes. So, you don't have to worry about whacking your kid or accidentally whacking your husband when he's walking by, checking you out, working on your fitness. I think out of all these 3, I personally signed up with the Shakeology Challenge Pack just because funds were tight for me at that point. But like I said, you are the product. So the best way is to be the product, in my opinion, is to have the product. Try it out. Do it. And right now, guys, I don't know if you can see, there's portion control containers, and you get access to 2B Mindset and Ultimate Portion Fix. Those alone, like, you have to buy those separately. So I'm really excited to get that, because I don't even have it. I have the portion control containers. They're awesome. But you're going to be saving so much. And being a product of the product and having access to these nutrition programs and being able to like be a testimony of it is an awesome thing. So honestly, you can't go wrong either way, but the pink number 3 is the biggest for a reason. And yeah, I hope we see you out there. And now I'm going to pass it on to Sarah.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to wrap up this call, because half the time I was almost crying. I think I turned into a bobblehead, and my mouth hurts because I've been smiling. But you guys, I'm sure it's hard for you to sit there and truly imagine what this could be because you haven't been here and been in our shoes. But all we can continue to tell you is that we never imagined that this is what this would be. Something so much bigger than fitness, something so much bigger than a nutrition plan, something so much bigger than a superfood shake. It's bigger than all of us. But it brought us all together. You guys, I have met 2 people on my team in person that live in Michigan. The people on my team are from all over the US and in the UK and Canada. And I can't wait, stinking COVID, I cannot wait until next year so that we can hug each other, and it is going to be a cry fest. Like, I'm going to cry, at least. It's going to happen. Because I love these women. I do. And like they were saying, like, it's just exciting to wake up the next day and be like, who's ready to work out? It's 6:30 a.m. and I can count on someone. I can count on one of these mamas to be awake and be there with me. Or today's really hard. Or, we talk about everything, you guys. This isn't a community that's just geared around how skinny can I get? Or I ate all my green beans today. Like, I drank all my water. Like, that's great. That's a part of the process. But like, we come to each other with, being a mom sucks today, or I'm bloated, or I don't know, someone come fold my laundry because it's the devil. Like, we have come together to just be this unit, to be this family. And that's the bigger part of this. And that's what we want to invite you guys to, and to just start by joining a family, to join us and to fall in love with the process and to fall in love with the products, because you will if you give them a chance and you just dive into this opportunity. And then, giving this coaching opportunity a shot and fall into the fear. My mentor told me this from the very beginning. I was terrified. It took me a hot second to become a leader. It did not happen overnight. I was a amazing follower. You tell me what to do. You give me the steps. I will follow you to the ends of the earth. But me, lead a group of people? No, I can't do it. And now look at where I'm at, because I just chose to just fall into the fear. I don't really like saying fake it till you make it, even though I think that could be a decent term too. But you guys just fall into it and just give yourself a chance to dream and to say, what if? I'm going to give this a shot. And guess what, you guys? At the end of the day, you're just going to get in the best shape of your life. There's no lose. It's a win-win. Save money, get in shape, gain confidence, feel amazing, gain a family. So dream big and don't be scared, and know that you have a support system already here who's going to freaking love the crap out of you and just be here for you for anything. So thank you so much for listening, being a fly on the wall, and just hearing us out and how this has truly transformed us from the inside out. And we cannot wait for you to be a part of our family.